ladies and gentlemen, you have a destiny, a unique purpose that only you can fulfill. But here's the truth. You will not walk into that destiny alone. You will walk it with people. And those people will either help you rise or cause you to fall. The most important decision you will ever make in life is the decision of who you associate with. The first thing you must do is identify your purpose. When you understand your life's direction, when you know the dreams burning within you, it becomes clearer who belongs in your life and who doesn't. Your purpose is sacred. It's what gives your life meaning, and it must be protected at all costs. If you don't protect it, the world will quickly fill that space with distractions and negative influences. Now, not everyone who comes into your life is there to bless you. Not everyone who calls themselves a friend has your best interests at heart. There are people whose very presence in your life stifles your growth. They drain your energy. They limit your thinking. They cause you to doubt your potential. These are the people you must stay away from. They're like weight upon your spirit, holding you back from the heights you were born to reach. Let's be clear about something. The people around you either push you forward or pull you down. The associations you make today shape the life you live tomorrow. So ask yourself, are these people encouraging you to live your fullest life? Are they urging you toward greatness? Or are they keeping you locked in the comfort of mediocrity? If they're not pushing you to become more, then it's time to evaluate whether they deserve a place in your journey. You must understand your own value. You were born for greatness. Don't let anyone convince you that you are less than extraordinary. Do not allow anyone to diminish your dreams or make you feel like you are unworthy of the high standards. When you recognize your worth, you begin to guard your heart and mind with wisdom, choosing relationships that build you up rather than tear you down. I want you to know that you can't take everyone with you to the place you're going. Your vision is too great, your destiny too powerful to be surrounded by those who cannot see what you see. There will be those who will mock you, belittle your dreams, and laugh at your aspirations. Stay away from them. They are not meant to travel with you. Protect your vision and guard your heart against those who would seek to distort or destroy it. The light of whose heart is in heaven and on earth lets the spirit of love keep you safe and build you like a God's house on a hilltop. It takes courage to walk away from negative influences. It takes courage to let go of relationships that no longer serve your purpose. But I promise you this, you will never regret walking alone if necessary to preserve your destiny. Better to walk in the truth of who you are than to stay in the shadows of others who are too afraid to walk in the light themselves. So I challenge you today, evaluate the people you are connected to. Are they empowering you? Are they pushing you to be better? Are they supporting your dreams? If not, stay away from them. Your life is too precious, your future too bright, to be surrounded by those who will not celebrate your success, but instead seek to keep you small. I urge you to surround yourself with people who challenge you to rise higher. Find those who will inspire you to keep moving forward, those who will support your mission and your purpose. Your legacy depends on the decisions you make today about the company you keep. Don't allow anyone or anything to derail your purpose. So today, make the decision to stay away from them. Stay away from those who can't see your greatness. Stay away from those who want to hold you back. And as you do, you'll step into the fullness of your purpose and live a life of true significance. When you set out on a journey, the first thing you must do is identify where you're going. Without a clear destination, you will wander aimlessly, subject to the whims of the world around you. Your purpose is the map that guides you through life's complexities. It is the driving force behind everything you do and everything you are. If you don't know your purpose, you will find yourself lost in a maze of distractions and confusion. The clarity of your purpose gives you focus. It becomes the lens through which you view every decision, every opportunity, and every challenge. When you know your purpose, you develop the ability to filter out what is unimportant. You can walk away from things, from people, from situations that do not align with the direction you're heading. Purpose gives you the wisdom to say no when needed, to protect your time and energy, because you recognize that everything you do must serve your greater calling. It becomes your compass in moments of doubt, guiding you even when the path seems unclear. Without this understanding, you are easily swayed, pulled in different directions, and susceptible to the voices of those around you. Knowing your purpose allows you to stand firm in the face of criticism or misunderstandings. People who do not share your vision will not understand your journey. They will question your choices and challenge your decisions. But your purpose will give you the strength to remain unmoved. It is a shield that protects your mind and heart from the opinions of others. Your purpose gives you the confidence to walk boldly, even if the crowd doesn't understand why you're moving in a certain direction. And in those moments, it will keep you focused on the path that only you are meant to walk. Purpose is not something that can be easily shaken or altered by external forces. It is something deep within you, a core belief that burns brightly, even when everything around you seems uncertain. When you are clear on your purpose, the distractions of life fade into the background, and your decisions become deliberate and intentional. You are no longer reacting to life. You are living with purpose, choosing your steps carefully and wisely. It will be the very thing that drives you to rise every morning, to push through the challenges, and to keep going when the road gets tough. Your purpose is what defines your legacy. It is what will remain long after you are gone. If you live in alignment with your purpose, everything you do will be infused with meaning and significance. Your relationships, your work, your contributions, every part of your life will be marked by a sense of intention. And when you live with such clarity and conviction, you will not only fulfill your destiny, but inspire others to find their own. Because purpose is not just personal. It's something that can impact generations to come. It's something that leaves an imprint on the world. Your mind and spirit are the most valuable assets you possess. They shape everything about you, your thoughts, your attitudes, your actions, the way you see the world, the way you respond to challenges, and even the way you interact with others, all stems from what you allow to enter your mind and spirit. These two realms are the wellspring of your life. What you feed them determines the direction of your destiny. If you allow negativity, fear, and doubt to seep into your mind, that is what will manifest in your reality. If you allow toxic energy and harmful influences to invade your spirit, that is what will distort your purpose. Guarding your mind means being selective about what you expose yourself to. It means being conscious of the content you consume, the conversations you engage in, and the thoughts you entertain. Your mind is a garden, and whatever seeds you plant there will grow. If you consistently fill it with fear, worry, or the opinions of others, that's what will dominate your life. But if you fill it with truth, positivity, and wisdom, your thoughts will begin to align with the greatness you are designed for. It is crucial to be vigilant about what you let into your mind, because it will influence your beliefs, your values, and your actions in ways you may not even fully realize. Your mind doesn't just absorb information, it internalizes it. Every word you hear, every image you see, every experience you encounter leaves an imprint. Over time, these imprints shape the way you view yourself and the world around you. If you surround yourself with negativity, you begin to expect the worst, and that becomes your reality. If you expose yourself to uplifting ideas, empowering beliefs, and people who challenge you to think bigger, your mindset shifts to match that energy. So you must be intentional about what you allow to take root in your thoughts. Not everything deserves your attention or your mental space. Guarding your spirit is equally vital. Your spirit is the essence of who you are, your values, your sense of peace, your emotional resilience. It's the place where your dreams are birthed and your hopes are nurtured. The spirit is what connects you to your purpose, to your higher calling. If your spirit is weakened or corrupted by toxic influences, you lose touch with your true self and your potential becomes clouded. It becomes difficult to hear the quiet whisper of your inner voice or to discern the path that is meant for you. That's why protecting your spirit is a responsibility you must take seriously. Just as you wouldn't allow someone to destroy your physical health by feeding you harmful substances, you cannot allow your spirit to be poisoned by negativity, jealousy, bitterness, or fear. It's not just about avoiding negativity, but also about cultivating positivity in your mind and spirit. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who challenge you to grow, who see the potential within you, even when you can't see it yourself. Fill your mind with thoughts that inspire you, that push you to think beyond the ordinary. Consume information that expands your understanding of who you are and what you can become. Protect your spirit by nurturing peace, gratitude, and hope. When you prioritize the health of your mind and spirit, you create a foundation of strength that will carry you through the toughest of times. Your mind and spirit are not passive. They are active participants in the creation of your life. What you feed them today will shape your tomorrow. If you allow negative thoughts and toxic influences to infiltrate your mind, you will find yourself weighed down by unnecessary stress and doubt. But when you guard them, when you protect, and this is where true transformation begins. When you protect your mind and spirit from the things that seek to diminish you and instead feed them with what will fuel your highest potential. The world will always present challenges, distractions, and forces that try to derail your focus and your peace. But when you guard your mind and spirit, you become impervious to the noise. You become grounded in who you are and what you stand for. This inner strength will guide you through the storms and the trials. It will enable you to rise above the chaos, to stay centered in the midst of confusion, and to keep your eyes fixed on the vision that you've set before you. When your mind and spirit are protected, nothing and no one can take away your peace or your power. You become a force to be reckoned with, a person who moves through life with purpose, clarity, and an unshakable foundation. The people you choose to surround yourself with have an undeniable influence on your life. Whether you realize it or not, the energy and mindset of those around you seep into your own thoughts, actions, and beliefs. We often hear the phrase, you become like the people you spend the most time with, and it is a truth that cannot be underestimated. Associations are powerful, shaping the very fabric of who you are and what you will become. The right relationships can elevate you, push you toward greatness, and help you achieve your highest potential. The wrong ones, on the other hand, can keep you stuck, limit your growth, and pull you further away from the path you're meant to walk. When you are surrounded by people who uplift you, who challenge you to think differently and act boldly, your own ambitions are strengthened. Positive associations inspire you to rise higher. They see the potential in you, even when you can't see it yourself, and they push you toward that greatness. These are the people who hold up the mirror and reflect your best self back to you, reminding you of your capacity for success, creativity, and achievement. They encourage you to stretch beyond your comfort zone, to reach for goals that once seemed impossible, because they believe in you and your purpose as much as you do. On the other hand, toxic associations, those who are stuck in negativity, bitterness, or apathy, can have the opposite effect. It doesn't take long to realize that the company you keep greatly impacts your attitude, your energy, and your outlook on life. Negative people have a way of pulling you into their world of doubts, excuses, and limitations. They will always find reasons why things can't be done or why you shouldn't try. They make you question your dreams, your abilities, and your worth. Over time, their doubts start to become your doubts. Their fears become your fears. And their limitations become your limitations. Instead of pushing you to grow, they will hold you back, often unknowingly, from pursuing the very dreams you were destined to achieve. The power of associations also lies in the fact that they shape your mindset and your behavior. You may think that you're immune to influence, but the truth is, we are all shaped by our environment. The people around you either encourage a mindset of abundance, growth, and possibility, or they foster one of scarcity, stagnation, and fear. You begin to think like the people you spend time with. If you're constantly surrounded by people who see opportunity in every challenge, who believe that the sky is the limit, you will naturally adopt that mindset. But if your circle is filled with people who see obstacles instead of opportunities, who focus on limitations instead of solutions, you'll begin to think the same way. Associations go beyond just intellectual influence. They also impact your emotional health. When you're surrounded by people who are emotionally stable, positive, and supportive, you naturally begin to adopt these traits. Their calmness, joy, and positivity begin to seep into your own spirit, and you find that your emotional state is more grounded. You're able to navigate life's ups and downs with a greater sense of resilience. But when you are constantly around people who are negative, emotional, or constantly in turmoil, it's easy to absorb that same energy and become overwhelmed by it. Emotional contagion is real, and it's essential to be aware of how the emotional environment around you affects your own state of being. Choosing the right associations also requires wisdom and discernment. Not everyone who enters your life is meant to stay there. Some people come to teach you lessons, to challenge you, or to show you something you need to learn. But not every person is meant to travel with you on your journey. You must learn to recognize the difference between relationships that are pushing you forward and those that are holding you back. This doesn't mean you should cut off everyone who doesn't align perfectly with your vision, but it does mean that you should be mindful of how different people impact your life and your goals. You must be willing to distance yourself from those who continuously drain you, discourage you, or distract you from your purpose. In the same breath, it's crucial to also recognize the power of associating with people who share similar values and aspirations. The people you spend time with should reflect the kind of person you aspire to become. If you want to be a person of integrity, surround yourself with people who exhibit honesty and honor. If you want to be a person who embraces growth, surround yourself with individuals who are constantly seeking knowledge and improving themselves. If you want to be someone who is financially successful, associate with people who are financially disciplined and entrepreneurial in spirit. The law of association is powerful. What you surround yourself with, you ultimately become. The beauty of positive associations is that they create a ripple effect. One uplifting relationship can lead to many others. As you grow and elevate yourself, you naturally attract others who resonate with your vision and energy. This network of like-minded, positive, and inspiring people forms a supportive community that encourages you to continue pursuing your dreams. These associations act as pillars, holding you up when you're down, celebrating your victories with you, and guiding you when you're uncertain. Your associations will either open doors for you or close them. They will either empower you or hold you back. So take time to evaluate the people in your life. Are they lifting you higher? Are they helping you stay focused on your purpose, or are they distracting you from it? Choose wisely, because the right associations will change the course of your life in ways you can't even begin to imagine. They are the silent architects of your future, shaping your thoughts, your actions, and ultimately your destiny. Surround yourself with those who bring out the best in you, who challenge you to grow, and who inspire you to become the person you were always meant to be. Recognizing negative influences in your life is one of the most powerful and necessary skills you can develop. Not all influences are obvious, and often the most destructive ones can be subtle, creeping in under the guise of kindness, friendship, or concern. The reality is that negative influences don't always come in the form of loud criticisms or overt hostility. Sometimes they arrive dressed as well-meaning advice, casual comments, or seemingly harmless interactions. But the impact can be just as damaging, if not more so. The key to recognizing these influences lies in paying close attention to how people and situations make you feel, the energy they leave behind, and the direction they push you toward. Negative influences are often disguised as comfort or familiarity. People you've known for a long time can sometimes be the hardest to recognize as negative influences simply because they've always been around. You might find yourself thinking, they've been a part of my life forever. They must have my best interests at heart. But the truth is, some of these people are holding you back from growing and evolving. These are the friends who encourage you to stay in your comfort zone, to avoid risks, to settle for mediocrity. They might even tell you things like, you don't need to change. Well, why do you want to do all that extra work? They mean well, but they're unknowingly feeding into your fear and complacency. They're giving you reasons to stay small because it's comfortable for them to see you at their level, where they don't feel threatened by your growth or ambition. Another subtle form of negative influence is the presence of those who constantly drain your energy. These people are often characterized by their negativity, complaints, and toxic attitudes. They seem to have a way of turning any conversation into a discussion of what's wrong with the world or why things will never work out. Every time you interact with them, you walk away feeling exhausted, discouraged, or even defeated. They seem to have an endless supply of reasons why things can't be done or why your dreams won't succeed. It's important to recognize that their negativity is not a reflection of your reality, but rather a projection of their own fears, insecurities, and limitations. The more you stay in their presence, the more you begin to internalize their doubts and start to question your own ability to succeed. These people can cloud your vision, causing you to lose sight of your potential and the path you're meant to take. There are also those who engage in subtle manipulation. These are the people who, rather than openly criticize you, use guilt or emotional leverage to get their way. They make you feel responsible for their happiness, success, or well-being, often at the expense of your own. They might make comments that guilt trip you into doing things you don't want to do, or they might make you feel selfish for prioritizing your own goals. And they're often disguised as needing your help or looking out for you, but in reality, they're using your compassion to control you. Over time, this type of manipulation erodes your confidence and makes you second-guess your decisions. You begin to feel like you owe them something, even when it's taking you off track from your purpose and vision. Negative influences can also take the form of people who constantly compete with you, not out of a healthy desire to inspire one another, but out of insecurity and jealousy. These individuals view your success as a threat to their own self-worth. And instead of celebrating your victories, they downplay them or try to outshine you. They may belittle your accomplishments or try to one-up every achievement you share. Their need to be the center of attention or the better one turns every relationship into a competition, which drains the joy out of connecting with them. Over time, this can erode your self-esteem and create a toxic environment where you feel like you're never good enough. You start measuring your worth against theirs, and your sense of fulfillment gets lost in comparison. Sometimes negative influences come in the form of people who don't even seem to actively oppose your progress. They are simply indifferent. Indifferent to your dreams, indifferent to your goals, indifferent to your growth. These individuals are often the ones who never seem to encourage or challenge you, never push you to be better, but who will happily accept your company when it's convenient. These people don't harm you overtly, but their lack of interest in your progress can be just as damaging. They allow you to stagnate, never urging you to rise higher or go further. Their indifference can make you complacent, and slowly you begin to settle for a life of mediocrity without realizing that you've allowed your own aspirations to fall by the wayside. The key to recognizing negative influences is to become deeply aware of how each person or situation makes you feel, especially after spending time with them. Do you feel energized and inspired, or do you feel drained and diminished? Do they encourage you to pursue your dreams, or do they push you to settle for less? Do they challenge you to grow, or do they keep you locked in a place of comfort and safety? Pay attention to the subtle ways in which people and circumstances affect your mental and emotional state. Your intuition is often the first indicator that something is not right. Once you recognize negative influences, you must take responsibility for your own well-being by distancing yourself from them. This may not always be easy, especially if these are people you've known for a long time, or those who you feel a deep sense of obligation to. But protecting your peace, your growth, and your purpose must take priority. It's not about being harsh or rejecting people out of malice, but about recognizing that some relationships are no longer healthy for you and choosing to honor your own journey. As you begin to let go of negative influences, you'll make space for healthier, more empowering relationships. Those that nurture your growth and challenge you to be your best self. Second, recognizing and removing negative influences is an essential step in stepping into the fullness of your potential and fulfilling the life you were destined to lead. Self-value is the foundation upon which everything else in your life is built. It is the core belief that you are worthy of love, success, happiness, and fulfillment. When you truly recognize your own value, you stop allowing the world or the people around you to define your worth. You no longer rely on external validation to determine your place in the world because you understand that your worth is inherent, not based on approval or achievements. It is knowing that you are enough as you are, regardless of the opinions, expectations, or judgments of others. To understand your self-value is to realize that you were created for a unique purpose. There is no one else like you, and therefore no one else can take your place or fulfill the role that you were born to fulfill. Your gifts, talents, and experiences are part of a bigger picture, and the world needs what you have to offer. When you know this truth, it becomes impossible to allow anyone or anything to diminish your sense of self-worth. You understand that your value is not contingent upon your past mistakes, your failures, or even your successes. It is rooted in who you are at your core. A person with infinite potential and purpose. When you value yourself, you set boundaries that protect your peace, your time, and your energy. You stop tolerating behavior or relationships that undermine your well-being. You stop accepting treatment that is less than what you deserve, because you know that you are worthy of respect, kindness, and honesty. This doesn't mean you are arrogant or self-centered. It simply means that you have a deep and abiding respect for yourself and your needs. You understand that in order to fulfill your purpose and live a life of significance, you must first take care of your own mind, body, and spirit. Your value becomes the measuring stick by which you choose who and what enters your life. Self-value also means embracing your imperfections and flaws. It means accepting that you are not perfect, but still deserving of love, respect, and success. Too often, we tie a sense of worth to our ability to perform, to meet expectations, or to conform to certain standards. But when you value yourself, you release the need to be perfect. You acknowledge that your journey is about growth, not perfection, and that every step, whether forward or backward, has value. You allow yourself grace, knowing that making mistakes is simply part of the process of becoming who you are meant to be. Your self-value also influences the choices you make. When you value yourself, you make decisions that align with your highest good. You choose to pursue goals that inspire you, that push you toward your potential, and that contribute to your well-being. You stop settling for less than what you deserve, whether in your career, relationships, or personal growth. You are no longer willing to compromise on your dreams or your values just to please others or avoid conflict. Instead, you make choices that honor who you are and where you are going, even if that means walking a path that others don't understand or agree with. When you recognize your self-value, you stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison is a thief of joy, and it drains your energy. When you understand that your worth is not dependent on how you measure up to someone else, you begin to focus on your own journey. You recognize that everyone's path is different, and that your journey is uniquely yours. No one else's success or achievements diminish your own. Instead, you celebrate the accomplishments of others while remaining confident in the path you are carving for yourself. You understand that your success is not a limited resource. It doesn't diminish when someone else succeeds. There is enough for everyone, and your value is not defined by external competition. The importance of self-value also lies in your ability to trust yourself. When you value yourself, you trust your decisions, your intuition, and your ability to navigate life. You stop doubting your judgment and second-guessing yourself. You have confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes your way because you know that you have the strength, wisdom, and resilience to overcome challenges. This self-trust becomes your anchor in times of uncertainty. When you know your worth, you stand firm in your beliefs and decisions, even when others try to push you in a different direction. Self-value is a lifelong practice. It's not something that happens overnight. It's something you must continually nurture and reinforce. The world will try to tell you that your value is tied to your achievements, your appearance, your social media following, or your relationships. But when you understand your true worth, you realize that none of these external factors can define you. Your value comes from within, from the way you see yourself, from the way you treat yourself, and from the way you carry yourself through the world. It comes from the belief that you are worthy of all the good things life has to offer simply because you exist. When you embrace your self-value, you begin to see the world differently. You stop seeking approval from others because you've already given it to yourself. You stop playing small or hiding your life to make others feel comfortable. You begin to stand in your power, unapologetically pursuing your dreams, because you know that you are worthy of all the success, love, and fulfillment that the universe has in store for you. Your value is your birthright. And once you truly recognize and accept it, nothing and no one can take it away from you. Mediocrity is the silent killer of potential, the subtle thief that steals your dreams without you even realizing it. It is the comfortable state of just getting by, where you do the bare minimum to survive, but never push yourself to thrive. The danger of mediocrity lies not just in what it robs you of today, but in what it prevents you from becoming tomorrow. When you allow mediocrity to settle into your life, you stop challenging yourself. You begin to accept the status quo, and your vision of what is possible narrows. Over time, you lose the ambition and drive that once fueled you, and you find yourself stuck in a cycle of complacency that is hard to break free from. Mediocrity is dangerous because it convinces you that it's enough to simply exist. It whispers to you that there's no need to strive for greatness, that your current state is acceptable, even though deep down you know you were meant for more. It encourages you to take the easy path, the one with the least resistance, the one where you won't face rejection, failure, or discomfort. But the problem with this approach is that it leads nowhere significant. Mediocrity keeps you in a perpetual state of almost. You almost reach your goals. You almost achieve your dreams. You almost become the person you were meant to be. But in the end, it's always just out of reach. The danger of mediocrity is that it prevents you from experiencing the fullness of life. You were born with unique talents, gifts, and a purpose. But when you settle for mediocrity, you deny yourself the opportunity to fully develop and express these qualities. You stop dreaming big, and your life becomes a series of routines that provide no excitement, no challenge, and no growth. You find yourself stuck in a place of good enough, where your potential is locked away and never fully realized. You begin to live for the weekends, for the occasional vacation, and for the fleeting moments of relief that come when you escape your everyday life. But those moments are temporary. They are distractions from the deeper dissatisfaction that stems from knowing you are not living up to your full potential. Mediocrity also robs you of your sense of fulfillment. There's a deep sense of satisfaction and joy that comes from pursuing excellence, from pushing through the discomfort of growth, and working towards something that challenges you. When you settle for mediocrity, you miss out on that sense of accomplishment. Instead of looking back at your life and seeing a series of bold moves, growth, and victories, you look back and see only a trail of unfulfilled potential, missed opportunities, and what-ifs. It's not the failure that hurts, but the feeling of never truly trying, never fully committing to something because you're afraid of the effort, the discomfort, or the uncertainty. Mediocrity is dangerous because it slowly erodes your sense of self-worth. You begin to believe that you're not capable of achieving anything greater, that your dreams are too big or too far out of reach. You become accustomed to a life of low expectations, and this starts to reflect in how you view yourself. You stop seeing yourself as someone who can make an impact or do something extraordinary. You begin to believe that you don't deserve the success, happiness, or fulfillment that others may experience. And you begin to question your abilities, your worth, and your purpose. Mediocrity teaches you that you are not worthy of striving for greatness, that the status quo is enough. But that's a lie. The most dangerous thing about mediocrity is that it doesn't usually show up in big, obvious ways. It's not an outright failure or a major setback. Instead, it creeps in, one small concession at a time. You skip one opportunity for growth. You take the easier route once. You settle for a relationship or career that doesn't inspire you. And over time, these small compromises add up, creating a life that is safe but ultimately unsatisfying. Mediocrity doesn't ask for your permission to take over. It simply seeps in, convincing you that doing the bare minimum is enough to get by. But in reality, it's not living at all. By settling for mediocrity, you close the door to possibility. You stop seeking the things that excite you and challenge you. You stop exploring what you're truly capable of. And the saddest part of all is that you may never even realize how much you've given up until it's too late. You may reach a point where you look back at your life and realize that you've spent so much time just getting by that you never gave yourself the chance to truly live. The truth is, you were not created to live a life of mediocrity. You were meant to soar, to push boundaries, to explore new horizons, to achieve things that inspire others and make an impact on the world around you. Mediocrity keeps you confined to a small world, and as long as you remain there, you will never experience the fullness of what you were born to do. But the moment you break free from mediocrity, the moment you choose to challenge yourself, to strive for excellence, you open the door to a life full of possibilities. You begin to see what you are truly capable of, and that is where the magic happens. That is where growth, success, and fulfillment reside. Escaping mediocrity requires intention, discipline, and courage. It requires a commitment to pushing through discomfort, to seeking out challenges, and to choosing a life that demands more from you. It means saying no to the easy path, the safe path, and instead walking the road less traveled, where the rewards are greater, but so is the effort. When you choose not to settle for mediocrity, you are choosing to live life to the fullest, to discover your true potential, and to build a life that reflects the greatness that lies within you. The danger of mediocrity isn't just in what it holds you back from today. It's in the life you could have had, the person you could have become, if only you had chosen to rise above. Don't let that potential slip away. It's only the vision you could have had, the person you could have become, if only you had chosen to rise above. Choose greatness. Choose to live beyond the ordinary. Your vision is the most sacred part of your existence, for it is the blueprint of your future, the calling that has been placed deep within your heart. It is unique to you, a reflection of your purpose, and it has the power to transform not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. When you hold a vision, you are holding the seed of your destiny. And that seed is precious. It carries within it the potential for growth, success, fulfillment, and the realization of your true potential. To treat your vision as sacred is to honor the deep desire within you to become who you were meant to be and to fulfill the purpose for which you were created. Your vision is not just a fleeting idea or passing fantasy. It is a profound calling that speaks to the essence of who you are. It's a glimpse of the person you are meant to become, the life you are meant to live, and the impact you are meant to have on the world. It has been uniquely designed for you, and no one else can. When you recognize the sacredness of your vision, you understand that it's something that has been entrusted to you, not to be taken lightly, but to be nurtured, protected, and brought to fruition. To treat your vision as sacred is to honor it above all else. It means guarding it fiercely from doubt, negativity, and external pressures that try to steer you off course. It means holding your vision close to your heart and reminding yourself of its importance every single day. Your vision will encounter resistance, both from within and from others. There will be moments when fear, uncertainty, or the opinions of others try to convince you that your vision is too big, too far-fetched, or not worth pursuing. But when you recognize the sacredness of your vision, you become resilient. You understand that setbacks, challenges, and opposition are simply part of the process, not indications that you should abandon your dream. The sacredness of your vision demands that you persist, that you keep moving forward, even when the path seems unclear or the journey feels difficult. When you treat your vision as sacred, you begin to make decisions that align with it. You start to prioritize your time, energy, and resources in a way that supports the fulfillment of your vision. You stop wasting time on things that don't serve your purpose or move you closer to your goals. You stop allowing distractions to take precedence over your dreams. Your vision becomes the filter through which you make every decision. It shapes the way you invest in yourself, the way you approach opportunities, and the way you engage with the world. Your actions become a reflection of your commitment to bringing your vision into reality. And every step you take is aligned with that higher purpose. The sacredness of your vision also means that you trust the timing of your life. Often we become frustrated or discouraged when things don't happen as quickly as we'd like, or when success seems far off. But when you recognize your vision as sacred, you understand that everything unfolds in its own time. Your vision is not something that can be rushed or forced. It is something that must be nurtured and cultivated. There will be seasons of preparation, growth, and development that may not be immediately visible to the outside world, but these are essential to the fulfillment of your vision. You must trust that the steps you take, even the ones that seem small or insignificant, are leading you toward the larger picture. The sacredness of your vision requires patience, faith, and a deep trust that the process is just as important as the destination. To honor your vision as sacred is also to embrace your responsibility in bringing it to life. You are the steward of your vision, and it is your job to tend to it, to protect it, and to give it the attention and care it deserves. No one else can do this for you. Your vision is not someone else's responsibility. It is yours. And with that responsibility comes the understanding that you must show up for your vision every single day. It requires discipline, focus, and a willingness to give your best, even when the results are not immediate or the road is difficult. Your vision demands your commitment, your energy, and your passion. It calls you to rise above mediocrity, to push through challenges, and to keep going when others might quit. When you treat your vision as sacred, you also understand that it is bigger than just you. Your vision is not just about personal achievement or success. It is about the impact you will have on others, the legacy you will leave, and the contribution you will make to the world. Your vision has the potential to inspire, uplift, and empower those around you. When you walk in alignment with your vision, you not only fulfill your own potential, but you also become a beacon of possibility for others. Your journey becomes a testimony to the power of believing in something greater than yourself, and the influence of your vision can ripple out to touch the lives of countless others. To recognize the sacredness of your vision is to recognize the power of your purpose. It is not something to be taken for granted or brushed aside. It is something to be honored and pursued with everything you have. When you make your vision sacred, you elevate your life to a higher standard. It is not something to be taken for granted or brushed aside. You stop settling for less than what you deserve, and you stop allowing fear or doubt to dictate your actions. You understand that your vision is worthy of your time, your energy, and your sacrifice, because it is the key to unlocking the fullness of who you are meant to be. Your vision is sacred because it is the essence of your potential. It is a glimpse of the future that is calling you to step into it. When you honor and protect it, you allow it to unfold in all its beauty and power. And as you continue to nurture your vision, you will see the world begin to change around you, responding to the energy you are putting out and supporting you in ways you never imagined. The journey toward fulfilling your vision may be long, but it is always worth it, because the fulfillment of your sacred vision is the fulfillment of your truest self. Empowered decision-making is one of the most transformative skills you can develop in life. It is the ability to make choices that are aligned with your values, your purpose, and your ultimate vision for your life. Empowered decision-making means taking full responsibility for the choices you make and understanding that each decision you make has the power to shape your future. It is about moving away from being passive or reactive in your life and instead becoming an active, intentional creator of your own destiny. Every decision, no matter how big or small, influences the direction of your life. And when you make decisions with empowerment, you set yourself up to live a life that is both fulfilling and purposeful. When you make empowered decisions, you are no longer waiting for permission from others or waiting for the right moment. You trust your own judgment and have the confidence to act, even when the path is uncertain. You understand that waiting for perfect conditions or external approval is not necessary. You trust your inner guidance system, which has been honed by your experiences, intuition, and wisdom. Empowered decision-making involves trusting that you have the resources within you to navigate challenges, and that, even if mistakes are made, you will learn and grow from them. It's about making decisions boldly, knowing that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. At the heart of empowered decision-making is self-awareness. You must first understand yourself, your values, goals, desires, and purpose before you can make choices that reflect your true self. When you are clear on what matters to you, the decisions you make become easier. You no longer feel torn between different options or distracted by outside pressures. Instead, you are able to filter every decision through the lens of your values, asking yourself, does this align with who I am and where I'm going? With self-awareness, you stop making choices based on fear obligation, or external validation. And you start making decisions that are authentic and true to your own desires. Another key aspect of empowered decision making is the willingness to take responsibility for the outcomes of your choices. When you make empowered decisions, you own them. Whether the results are favorable or challenging, you accept that they are a direct reflection of the decisions you made. This ownership empowers you to take control of your life because you are no longer passing blame or playing the victim. You understand that you have the power to shape your circumstances through your decisions, and that even in the face of setbacks, you can adapt, learn, and continue moving forward. This mindset shifts you from a place of helplessness to one of empowerment, where you realize that you have the ability to course correct, grow, and keep evolving. Empowered decision-making also requires courage. It takes courage to make decisions that are true to your vision and not necessarily popular or easy. Often, the decisions that are best for you may not be the ones that others agree with. Whether it's choosing a career path that's unconventional, ending a relationship that no longer serves you, or standing up for what you believe in. Making empowered decisions often means stepping outside of your comfort zone. It takes courage to face uncertainty, to trust that your path will unfold even when others may not understand it. But with courage, you recognize that your life is yours to live, and no one else's opinion or fear should dictate your choices. The more you practice empowered decision-making, the more confident you become in your ability to navigate life's challenges. You start to trust yourself more and become less influenced by outside noise or the opinions of others. You stop second-guessing yourself, and you develop a greater sense of clarity in making decisions. Instead of feeling overwhelmed or paralyzed by choices, you begin to approach decision-making with a sense of calm and assurance, knowing that you have the power to choose your path and shape your reality. With this empowerment comes a sense of inner peace, because you know that every decision you make is in alignment with your true self and your highest good. Empowered decision-making is not about avoiding mistakes or failures. It's about realizing that every decision you make contributes to your growth and learning. You understand that there is no such thing as a perfect decision, and that every choice, whether it leads to success or failure, offers valuable lessons. When you make decisions from a place of empowerment, you are able to see every outcome as an opportunity for growth, and you are not afraid to pivot or adjust when things don't go as planned. This mindset allows you to be flexible and adaptable, knowing that your journey is about progress, not perfection. Empowered decision-making involves practicing patience and discipline. There will be times when you feel the urge to rush through decisions, or when you become anxious about making the right choice. But true empowerment comes from understanding that there is a balance between acting decisively and taking the necessary time to reflect. Consider all options and trust your intuition. Rush decisions often come from a place of fear, but empowered decisions come from a place of clarity and confidence. By taking your time, trusting the process, and resisting the urge to act out of impatience or fear, you are able to make decisions that are more aligned with your long-term vision and purpose. When you embrace empowered decision-making, you create a life of intention. Instead of reacting to circumstances, you begin to actively create your future by making decisions that move you closer to your goals. Your choices become intentional, each one designed to bring you closer to the person you want to become and the life you want to live. You stop allowing life to happen to you and instead take the reins, steering your life in the direction you've chosen. This shift in perspective transforms your relationship with life because you understand that you are not a passive observer, but an active participant in shaping your reality. Empowered decision making is also about embracing the power of consistency. Making one empowered decision is powerful, but consistently making empowered decisions is what leads to lasting transformation. It's about building habits, routines, and patterns of decision making that support your long-term vision. Every small empowered decision compounds over time, leading to exponential growth and progress. By making empowered decisions daily, you create a foundation of strength, confidence, and clarity that carries you forward no matter what challenges or opportunities come your way. In essence, empowered decision-making is the key to unlocking your fullest potential. It requires self-awareness, courage, responsibility, and consistency. It is about trusting yourself and your ability to create the life you envision. Every empowered decision is a step toward the person you are becoming. And with each decision, you affirm your power and your ability to shape your destiny. When you make empowered decisions, you are no longer at the mercy of circumstances or the opinions of others. You are the author of your own story, and every choice you make is a powerful declaration of your commitment to living a life that is authentic, intentional, and aligned with your deepest desires. The courage to walk alone is one of the most powerful qualities a person can possess. It is the willingness to stand firm in your convictions, to follow your own path, even when that path seems isolated or misunderstood. It means being true to yourself and trusting your inner voice, even when the world around you may not fully understand or support your journey. Walking alone requires immense strength because it often means stepping into the unknown, leaving behind the comfort of familiar faces and moving forward without the assurance that others will be with you. But it is through this courage that you discover who you truly are and what you are truly capable of. When you have the courage to walk alone, you free yourself from the expectations and pressures of others. Many people live their lives based on what others think they should do or be. They conform to societal norms, follow the crowd, and base their decisions on the approval of family, friends, or peers. But the courage to walk alone is about refusing to be confined by those external pressures. It is about embracing the freedom to create your own path, to make choices based on your own values, dreams, and desires. It is a declaration that you will no longer live in the shadows of others' opinions or live to please anyone but yourself. In that space, you can start to hear your own voice, unfiltered by the noise of the world around you. Walking alone doesn't mean being isolated or disconnected from the world. It means being willing to stand alone when necessary, to go against the grain if that is what aligns with your truth. It often requires you to trust your intuition and wisdom, even when the people around you may not see what you see or believe in what you believe. It takes courage to make decisions that others may not understand, especially when it involves walking away from situations, relationships, or opportunities that are comfortable but no longer serve your growth. The courage to walk alone is the willingness to take a step into uncertainty, to let go of the safety net of other people's expectations, and to trust that you will find your way, even if it means venturing into uncharted territory. What makes the courage to walk alone so powerful is that it allows you to develop a deep sense of self-reliance and inner strength. When you walk alone, you are forced to rely on your own abilities, your own instincts, and your own resources. You can no longer depend on others to validate your choices or to carry you through difficult times. You must learn to become your own source of motivation, support, and encouragement. While the journey may sometimes feel lonely, it is through walking alone that you develop resilience, resourcefulness, and a profound sense of personal power. You begin to realize that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. And you learn to trust yourself on a deeper level. The courage to walk alone is also an act of self-respect. It is about valuing your own needs, dreams, and aspirations more than the need for external validation. It means recognizing that your journey is uniquely yours, and no one else can walk it for you. You honor your authenticity and your desires by refusing to compromise them for the sake of fitting in or gaining approval. You understand that walking alone is not a sign of weakness, but of strength and integrity. It takes great courage to say no to what doesn't align with your path, even when it means standing alone in your decisions or choices. Walking alone often leads to self-discovery and transformation. It is in solitude that you are forced to confront your own thoughts, fears, and desires. When you are alone, you are faced with the truth of who you are without distractions or the influence of others. This is where real growth happens. When you walk alone, you are presented with the opportunity to go inward, to explore your passions, to challenge your beliefs, and to create the life you desire without being swayed by outside influences. In that space, you have the time and freedom to truly get to know yourself and to align your life with what feels authentic and true. At times, walking alone can feel like a sacrifice, especially when you see others surrounded by people who seem to have the support, relationships, or connections that you may desire. The fear of loneliness or rejection can often hold us back from walking our own path. But the reality is that walking alone often brings you closer to the people and relationships that truly align with who you are. It is when you walk your own path that you attract people who resonate with your authenticity and who are willing to walk beside you because they respect your journey and the strength it takes to walk alone. Sometimes walking alone is necessary to weed out the people who are not meant to be in your life, allowing you to make room for the right relationships to come into your life at the right time. The courage to walk alone does not mean that you will never experience fear, doubt, or loneliness. It's normal to feel uncertain, especially when the road ahead seems unclear or when others question your choices. However, the courage to walk alone is about pushing through those moments of discomfort and continuing to move forward, knowing that every step you take is leading you closer to your authentic self and your true purpose. It's understanding that the moments of doubt are not reasons to stop, but rather opportunities to grow stronger and more resilient. The courage to walk alone is about self-empowerment. It is the realization that you are the architect of your own life and you have the power to choose the direction you want to go, even if it means going it alone for a while. Walking alone teaches you to trust the timing of your life, to believe in the path that has been laid out for you, and to remain committed to your vision. Even when it's hard to see the full picture, it is an act of faith in yourself and in the process of life. When you choose to walk alone, you choose to honor your truth and live life on your own terms. You may not always have company along the way, but the person you become in the process will be more than enough to carry you forward no matter where the journey leads. That's where the mystery comes in. Creating a legacy of greatness begins with a recognition that the life you live today has the potential to impact the world long after you are gone. A legacy is not just about the material things you leave behind. It is about the values, the lessons, the contributions, and the positive influence you have on others that will resonate far beyond your lifetime. Greatness is not something you can achieve alone. It is born out of how you affect those around you, how you inspire them to become better versions of themselves, and how you use your unique gifts and talents to make a difference in the world. The legacy you create is a reflection of who you were, what you stood for, and how you lived your life. To create a legacy of greatness, you must first understand the importance of living with purpose. A life without purpose is a life that simply exists, with no real impact or direction. But when you live with purpose, every decision you make is intentional. You act in alignment with your core values and your vision for your life. And you understand that your choices, no matter how small, add up over time. Purpose gives you the clarity to know what matters most and to focus your energy on the things that will bring the greatest value both to your own life and to the lives of others. When you live with purpose, your actions inspire those around you to seek their own purpose and to take steps toward fulfilling their potential. Creating a legacy of greatness requires you to consistently strive for excellence in everything you do. Greatness is not about perfection, but about continuously pushing yourself to be better, to grow, and to improve. It means doing your best, not just when someone is watching, but in every moment of your life. Excellence is about maintaining a high standard in your actions, your work, and your relationships. It's about not settling for mediocrity and refusing to accept anything less than what you are truly capable of achieving. When you strive for excellence, you inspire others to do the same. You create a culture of greatness where those around you are motivated to elevate their own lives and contribute their best efforts to the world. At the core of any legacy of greatness is the idea of service. Greatness is not about accumulating wealth, status, or power for yourself. It is about using what you have to serve others. True greatness comes from the impact you have on the lives of those around you, from the ways in which you lift others up and help them reach their full potential. A legacy of greatness is built through acts of kindness, generosity, mentorship, and love. It's about putting the needs of others before your own and understanding that your purpose on this earth is intertwined with the well-being and success of those you encounter. Service to others creates a ripple effect that spreads far beyond your immediate reach, influencing not just individuals, but entire communities, organizations, and even future. As you create a legacy of greatness, you must also be willing to face challenges and overcome adversity. Every great person has faced obstacles, setbacks, and failures along their journey. It is through these difficulties that your character is tested, and it is through these trials that you build the resilience and determination necessary to leave a lasting legacy. The road to greatness is never easy, but it is in the overcoming of obstacles that you find your true strength and purpose. When you persist through the hard times, you show others that greatness is not defined by how many times you succeed, but by how many times you rise after you fall. Your ability to handle adversity with grace, strength, and courage becomes a part of your legacy. And it inspires others to approach their own challenges with the same tenacity. Creating a legacy of greatness also involves making a positive difference in the lives of others. It's about sharing your knowledge, your wisdom, and your experiences with those who come after you. Whether it's through mentorship, teaching, writing, or simply leading by example, you have the opportunity to pass on the lessons you've learned and the insights you've gained. Greatness is about leaving behind a trail of wisdom that others can follow and a foundation on which they can build their own lives. The knowledge and experiences you share will continue to influence others long after you've moved on. When you make a conscious effort to teach, inspire, and empower others, you ensure that your legacy lives on through their growth. A legacy of greatness is also about integrity. Integrity is the foundation upon which any meaningful legacy is built. It means staying true to your values and principles, even when it's difficult. It's about doing the right thing, even when no one is watching, and being consistent in your words and actions. Integrity is the cornerstone of trust. And without trust, no legacy of greatness can endure. When you live with integrity, you build a reputation that will outlive you. People will remember you not for what you had, but for who you were and how you treated others. A legacy built on integrity is a legacy that endures because it is rooted in honesty, authenticity, and respect. Another essential element in creating a legacy of greatness is the willingness to leave a positive impact on the world. Whether it's through your work, your creativity, or your community involvement, you have the power to influence the world around you. Greatness is not about seeking recognition or fame. It's about leaving the world in a better place than you found it. It's about using your skills, talents, and resources to make a difference in areas that matter to you. Whether through environmental conservation, social justice, education, or philanthropy, you can create a lasting impact that ripples out across time. The mark you leave on the world will be defined by the change you've initiated, the lives you've touched, and the causes you've supported. Creating a legacy of greatness is about living a life of meaning. It is about living with intention and making conscious decisions that align with your values, your passions, and your purpose. Your legacy is not something that happens by accident. It is the result of living a life of authenticity, courage, service, and excellence. It is about using your life as a platform to inspire others, to teach, to lead, and to create positive change. A legacy of greatness is a life well lived, a life that continues to have an impact long after you've gone. It's about knowing that the way you lived and the choices you made help to shape the world in a way that reflects the best of who you are and the highest potential of what humanity can achieve. The legacy of greatness that you create is not measured by the accolades you collect or the material wealth you amass, but by the impact you have on others and the lives you touch. It's about living with purpose, serving others with love, and standing firm in your commitment to excellence and integrity. Your legacy will be woven from the moments of courage, sacrifice, and resilience that define your journey, and it will resonate in the hearts of those who are inspired by the example you set. Greatness is not reserved for a select few. It's a choice we make every day. It's a daily decision to be better, to do better, and to lift others up. The legacy you create will live on in the lives of those you've empowered, the lessons you've taught, and the positive change you've sparked. The question is not whether you will leave a legacy, but what kind of legacy you will leave behind. Choose today to live a life of greatness, knowing that every choice you make has the power to shape the world for generations to come. Your legacy is in your hands. Make it one that will echo with strength, love, and greatness long after you've gone.